welcome to Viewpoints On, episode 23.
So,
good times. Let's go right into it.
Let's get right into Heroes. The Brian Fuller episodes are finally airing.
Yes.
What did you think of Monday night?
I liked it. Overall, I think at least it's slowed down the progression of going downhill. Wouldn't say it stopped it, but at least it,
put the brakes on slightly.
It's tapping the brakes. Tapping.
Well, we finally found out the worst kept secret in television of who the identity of Rebel was.
Yeah, the worst.
And it is, of course, Micah. We all knew it was going to be Micah. He's the only one who had the power to send texts and emails that nobody could ever trace.
Yeah, so worst kept secret. But not Brian Fuller's fault. That was set up way before he got there.
Right.
So
I have to say, though, that scene at the end with Tracy, that was a really good scene.
Yeah, it was. Well written, good special effects. I only have one problem with the episode. The problem I have with the episode is, and this is sort of a double-edged sword, kind of, Claire and Nathan were just not mentioned at all. But don't you think that
made it better?
No, well, don't you think that HRG would be like, what's going on with my daughter? Like, you stormed my house and my daughter's missing, But he's just like,
Because he knows what's going on with his daughter. He doesn't need dude to tell him.
But how does he know that Nathan went and saved her? He doesn't, So
I think that he does.
Okay, well.
I mean, HRG just seems to know everything all the time.
Then they could have just put like a little 1 second thing where he was talking to his wife. He's like, oh, everything's fine. That's all you needed.
Yeah. You know what? I was happy to see an episode without Nathan and Claire.
Well, that's why I said it's a double-edged sword. I mean, yes, I enjoyed that they were missing, but you could have at least explained that from HRG's angle because I care about that character.
So, the two deaths.
Yes. Well, deaths.
You never really can tell on Heroes. Tracy and Daphne. And so the question is, are they going to stick?
I think Daphne will stick.
Okay.
I think Tracy, my thing is I think Tracy's going to have sort of this, and I'm going nerdy here, going to the Nerdville, is very Iceman-ish powers from the comics of X-Men, where he could get blown up or he could do whatever and then he'd reform himself.
I think so too.
Because at the end, she sort of blinked and she was crying, or, the ice was melting in a way that made it look like, she was crying.
I agree. I think that she's not gone. Because they said there was going to be 3 deaths, 2 that would stick and 1 that wouldn't.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 1 more death, and I think hers will probably be the one that doesn't stick.
Yeah.
Daphne, she outlived her usefulness.
Oh, yeah, for a while. There is some sort of confusion on the internet. I was doing some research last night, and a lot of people think Brian Fuller is actually the new showrunner. Which Tim Crean is still the showrunner.
Unfortunately.
Brian Fuller is just sort of producing / helping out with the writing and stuff.
And they really just need to let him run the show.
Well, that's the thing I think everyone's wishing for. It's sort of like, a self-fulfilling prophecy. Everyone's like, we want Brian Fuller.
Let's move on from Heroes.
Well, to a good show.
To a really good show. Dollhouse, Friday night. Joss Whedon was saying that was the episode that was going to change everything.
It's a game changer. It was a game changer. And you only caught a little bit of it. But
only caught a little bit of it because I was still wrapped up in my emotions about Battlestar Galactica. So
it's hard to, kind of get over that, I'm sure. But it was starring, the same guy. So
right, so it was a nice transition.
Say his name again, because I'm never...
Tama Pennycat.
Okay, good. Never going to get it. We'll just call him the FBI guy.
Agent Ballard,
okay, sure. It was a game changer. Joss Whedon wrote this episode. It really sort of brought out this whole story of the dollhouse. We find out there's 22 dollhouses around the world.
Okay.
There's actually a double swerve in this episode. I won't give it away.
Oh.
But you're thinking like, oh, I know what's going on. And then all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I have no idea what's going on. And then it's like, oh, holy crap!
Well, that's the genius of Joss Whedon.
Yeah, so that was great. I don't want to say I have a problem with it, but it gets a little creepy that you got to think that these dolls are sort of kind of like prostitutes in a way.
Oh, they totally are.
Yeah, because there's some people that just hire them just for sex.
Right.
And so you're like, okay, that's kind of creepy.
A little bit.
And Patton Oswalt, I got to give him kudos because he gives this performance that's very creepy, but then you kind of feel sorry for the guy at the same time.
And there was some comedy.
Yeah. So, and then this great fight scene with Ballard, and I won't say who, but a great fight
Let me
scene.
just ask you this.
Okay.
Did we get to meet Alpha like we all thought we were gonna?
No.
Not yet.
There's only, I think there's a small smattering of Alpha talk, but we're not sure. But there is someone, and we don't know if it could be Alpha, but there's someone inside the Dollhouse
Giving out info.
working
With
against the Dollhouse. Well, I won't say that, but I'll say,
Are they working with Ballard?
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
I want you to see it and be surprised. So next week we'll
All
talk
right.
about that.
Okay.
All right.
The last of our big TV block of news, I guess, is Lost, last night's episode, which you didn't see.
No.
But I saw. I have to say, I am loving that Sawyer is running the show now. I'm really enjoying that aspect of it, how things have flipped up. And also, Saeed. Man, Saeed should get a spin-off show. He is just so awesome. Like, he's just an awesome character. I just want to see him, follow him around, delivering his own brand of Saeed justice. That would be the best show ever. But when we last saw him, he, of course, was captured by the Dharma Initiative because they think he's one of the others. Or they call him the hostiles.
Okay.
But they think he's one of the others and that he broke the truce. So they're trying to get, info out of him. So they take him out into the woods and he looks at Sawyer and he's this creepy guy. William Sanderson, who's probably most famous for playing one of the Daryls on Newhart all those years ago. But he plays a creepy guy. He gets out of a tent and he's like, Saeed looks at him. He's like, who is this guy? And Sawyer's like, oh, he's our you. And that's just like...
Oh, okay, I get it. I was wondering where the title came from, so...
Yeah, he's our you. And that was, like, the best way to describe him. And Saeed was sort of like, oh, okay, what's going to happen now,
What was his name?
The torturer guy?
Yeah.
Holcomb, I think, or something.
Okay.
Holcomb or something like that. But, so it was a real Saeed/Sawyer-centric episode. We do get to find out in the end how Saeed ended up on the plane to get back to the island.
Which I think is stupid.
I know there were some questions around he never wanted to go, so how did he end up on the plane? And so it does answer that question of how he ended up on the plane, which I know you thought it was stupid. It was sort of done in a clever way, though. But the ending, big shock that I think leaves pretty much everything on the show in question.
No, I think they're going to find a way, because I read the spoilers, I didn't bother watching it, didn't think I was clairvoyant or anything,
Right.
I don't think it's going to, because I think they're going to wrap it up in a nice neat bow, like next week or the week after.
Well, yeah, because they have all the time travel and blah, blah, blah. But let's just say on a better show, it would be a game changer that, messed with the fabric of the entire show.
Yeah.
And I thought that's where they were going with it, but talking to you... I don't know.
I like to ruin things.
Good job. Good
Yes,
job.
I try. So, I might catch up. I'm still 2 episodes behind.
Right.
I'm, like I told Stephanie this morning, I'm not on the fence about Lost. I'm, on the other side of the fence, holding on,
Right.
about to, let go. So, I don't know. I'm so sick of the time travel stuff. And it's only going to get worse because Sun and Jin still have to meet. So someone's going through...
Yeah.
Some people are either going back in time or someone's going back to the present. So
It does make it a bit of a chore to watch.
Yeah. So that's, blah. So we'll,
I guess that's our TV block for the week.